Hello. And at last, it's the UK-inspired rail network. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit short. It's just an update. But here we go. So, at long last, I've kind of managed to fix the railway. There's still some bits to be done. I need to move Heathrow as I have an autosave. I normally turn that off when I'm recording, but I haven't. I must turn it off before we do the next bit in a bit. I'll tell you that in a bit. Anyway, I finally managed to finish off the railway. I've had an incredible, weirdly busy week with music bits and bobs and other things as well, and sort of planning ahead. We will be back to streaming, I promise. We're coming back this Friday. This will come out a little bit earlier for members only. I apologize. You should have got it a week ago, but it didn't quite work out like that. But you will get it a day earlier than everybody else. That I can assure you. Anyway, let's crack on. So today I'm going to show you the track, show you what I've worked through, why I changed bits, how I've changed bits. It's really, really, really tough down here, and it's really convoluted, and I've had to kind of, in some ways, just use my imagination a little bit and be a bit creative. As long as we get up to the corner so we can go up north. That was the main aim. And I also wanted to include another station as well, which you can just see just down there. Anyway, let's crack on. So, I have built Ealing Broadway. It goes to Paddington. Other than that, it goes to nowhere. But we have this ready here for the tubes to go over the top. I did manage to do that. I had to I stretched this out because I had to get this in. In real life, this is miles away. This is miles away. There's lots of space here and there's lots of stations. We can't do that, so it's all crammed in, but you get the idea. I wanted to get Ealing Broadway in just before the Heathrow Junction because it's got like a terminal station in it. I thought it was quite important that we had that. It would be nice to get another station along the road, but we're just not going to get that. I mean, I could at some point go back and stick something in, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to do that. So what I've done is backed it off, as I said, built Ealing Broadway. There's no roof on the station yet because I'm not sure what I want to choose, but I just wanted to get a marker down and get it on. I rebuilt this junction. I'm still not entirely happy with it, but I'm a little bit happier with it. I'm also going to add some bits and bobs. So I've left this here open because I want to add some sort of, sidings and bits and bobs and get it all detailed and get it looking pretty, but it is there. Obviously, because I've moved everything, that was the original tunnel entrance to Heathrow. Along. That's now there. So what I'm going to do with this is move that along there. The stations will also get moved and we'll plan it. What I do is I'll build the track, build the stations, then plop the airports on top. That's probably what I'll do. I've already deleted one, but we are going to delete another. But I have done that. So that is that kind of plan there. On to Reading. I've rebuilt it. It was sort of here. No, it was kind of here somewhere. I don't know. I can't remember. I put it here. This railway is going to go to nowhere. I'm just going to plow it into the ground. What I might do is I might do an underground station somewhere, put some trees in the corner here, and just have some, like a pleb spawner or something, and have that pop out, just so we have some trains coming in and out here as well. Just, and it can be en route to nowhere, whatever. But it's too close to this, but it's in, and the junction's there. I'm a lot more happier with how this worked out. I would have still liked to do this kind of in real life. If you want to look at Reading Station, this kind of carries on down, and this one here comes up. This one here comes out, and they go alongside each other for a little bit and then swing off. We haven't got enough space, so I've done my own. This is what I'm talking about. I use my imagination. I'm still not quite happy with that corner. I might change that a little bit. I might change that when I add some trains to this in the future and put a roof. We'll put a roof on this at some point when I decided what kind of station I want it to look like. Off of Reading, this in real life is straight, and these junctions are all straight and under and over, and there's a lot of grade separation here. I think also this up down, I believe this is the up down fast. I believe this raises and goes onto a bridge and gets higher. Between Reading and Bidcot over here, we don't really have enough space, so I want the junctions to work primarily. And I and ahed and I sat here, and this is why it's taken me so long. And I was like, I want it to work. I can make it look pretty as long as it's functional and has some sort of essence. And the unders and overs and the grade separations are there. They may not be the same, but they are there. That corner there, I hate, but whatever. they're there, I can deal with that. So that's what we got. So what I'm going to do is I've kind of connected this up here. I'm going to do some more sidings and some whatever freight work there is, and we're going to get this all nice and filled out and busy. But we are connected all the way to Didcot now, and obviously this is kind of half done, and we want to get the detailing in there. That's what I'm probably going to do over the next week, over the weekend, is I'm going to sort of get into this and finish it and make it look good. But that's what we've done. I have sort of I was never happy with it when we built these as we went along, Reading included. I was never happy with them. So, and I really wanted a station between Heathrow, because what if I'm going to have the, because obviously, like, the reason why this junction exists, I'm assuming the up down fast the Heathrow Express use, which is going, yeah, that one, and then we have the Elizabeth line, which will use the up down slow, and probably we'll get it to stop here as well. So we kind of needed that just for a bit of like difference as well, you know. So we have those going, and we have the up down fast and the up down slows working, and then we have the tube access, and we can make some connections here, and I'll do the best I can with what I can with whatever tube line this is. I can't remember it off the top of my head. It's not in there right now. I've had so many lines go through my mind that I can't actually remember, and I've also, you know, it gets a bit convoluted here. There's a lot of it, like, this has got to come down somewhere, that's got to go up somewhere, that's got to connect to that goes up there, that wraps there, like that. So we've got a lot to do here, and I've also got to work out where the hell this is going, because it's, you know, so we've got a lot here. I was looking at this for a while, confused, but it actually just ends there. It is a sidings. I think some GWRs do park there as sidings because they use all this. What we are going to do today, we're going to stick to our sort of 90s, late, early 2000s theme. And to extend this video a little bit and to give you some interest, I've put some switches down on the up down fast. We are going to launch a GWR. We're going to create a line, and we're going to see how it plays out. So we're going to come out of Paddington and come down, and I just went, you know, I'm going to play a train. I might as well launch it with you guys, and we do a little bit of a cab ride at the end of this. That's what I've done so far. In the next episode, I'm probably going to have moved Heathrow and worked on this area a little bit as well. And then what I'll do is I'll try and get something new for you guys out as well. But I do want to get all this detailed as well. So I might create a new station, show you what I've detailed, and go back, and then maybe detail a load more up, get the Elizabeth line going, see where that goes underground, because I can't remember. I know I've built the tunnel, and maybe we do that as well. Yeah, it goes under there. That's it there. Maybe we do a little bit of that as well, and see what we can come up with regards to that. And maybe, yeah, maybe I detail do an Elizabeth line. We'll see what we might do. I'll see what I fancy, you know, when we come to recording next. I'm probably going to get this one out and then get started on something else as well. I also want to do some bits on the other map that we do for the live streams as well. It's been an interesting one, yeah, not gonna lie. But anyway, yes, I'm blabbering. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a line out of here, and we are gonna plop it. We are going, where should we, let's do, right, let's just do, what we're gonna do is create a new line on here. Let's use platform 9. I'm just gonna call this GWR for now. All right, and then we'll name it appropriately, and then we want to come onto this one, onto that. I'm going to use the signals as references because I think it's important here. And what I will do is we will get the GWR sidings going at some point as well here. Right, so we fly straight through Ealing Broadway. Do we fly through Reading, or do we stop at Reading? What do you reckon? Let's stop at Reading. Let's go for number 7 and number 9 on there. Then we're going to hit that switch there, and then we'll turn back at Dip Park, and that's not working. Why? We will never know. Hey, I think I kind of got it finished. I had to go away there and go through my things. I think I did some signals the one way around. So we've managed to get to what should be Reading. To Watford East and back, but we do have another issue coming back this way that we need to find out what is wrong somewhere along the lines. But I'm just going to keep hitting signals here until we find the problem, and I think it's a switch problem back towards Paddington. We will find out soon enough. Can we go there? Why can't we go there? Why can't we go as far as there? Right, that's interesting. We go as far as there. Yeah. So that's in there. And we can't go as far as there. Why is that? So we're coming all the way back there. Is there a... Have we got a track problem here too as well? Look, switch is the wrong way. Why can't I see my signals being the wrong way around? There we go. And that should go all the way back in. Oh, lovely. Right, there we go. So our first GWR stops at Reading and then Didcot Parkway. Obviously, probably won't stop at Didcot or vice versa in the future, but it is in. I can launch a train, I believe, from here. I think... Does that connect to all this? Yeah, because it goes over the top like that. Oh, lovely. So what I'll do, guys, is I'm going to check this out. We're going to launch our GWR. We're going to launch a 125 GWR, I think, out of here. I'm not sure which one yet. It really doesn't matter at this point. It's just making sure the line looks good and runs okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you very much for watching. I know it was short. I appreciate that, but I really had to rebuild all that, and I'm kind of happy with it. There's a few bits I'm not happy with, but they'll sort out over time. I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See you later.